fire collapsed the spire and burned through the roof of the 12th century landmark, the French president has said he would seek help from, quote, the greatest talents in the world to rebuild the iconic cathedral.
Oh my God, I'm devastated. I had seen Notre Dame in 1974 and, got to hear the organ, got to see that beautiful sacred space, and it just broke my heart. Mm-hmm. It's 800 years of wars and revolution and, weather and pollution and everything, and that church has stood the test of time. Yeah. And for it to suddenly just go up so quickly, it just was unbelievable.
Moaning and crying yesterday and praying. I got to feel for them because they're there and they live there and they got to look at all that ugly iron,
It reminded me of how close we came to losing, a lot of the church here. If it hadn't been for the firefighters and the first responders doing their job and working so hard to get that fire out, we might have lost more. There was a horrible thunderstorm that afternoon, and the steeple was struck just a little above the what we call the wedding ring, and it caught the steeple on fire. I got the news almost immediately, and we had just dedicated the new organ 3 days prior. Mm-hmm. And so my first thought was to come in and try to move the console out.
We had just left church at 12 o'clock noon, or we say 1 o'clock, and then we looked on the news, it was just like, whoa, what happened here,
Our folks here, from all over town gathered, and we just watched it burn and watched what happened. Bishop Tafoya was there on the scene, and he just, kept us all together and kept us all knowing that, God was in the situation. Mm-hmm. Just the possible loss of this beautiful space. It's hard to understand how priceless these windows are. This church was, dedicated 100 years ago in 1913. Notre Dame is the center of Catholic theology and liturgy. There in Paris, it is it's a touchstone for so many people. When they see Paris, they think of Notre Dame. I'm just wondering now how the folks that worship there, where they're going to go for Easter and the Triduum, and how they're going to worship this week, knowing that they can't go into the building.